Today is a really important day for affordability and healthcare in Australia. Our government will be introducing legislation this morning that will cut the cost of PBS general prescriptions to $25 per prescription from the 1st of January next year. This represents a 20% cut in the cost of prescriptions and a savings of $200 million for Australians every year. As a pharmacist and a local MP, I know the real difference that will make to people and families in my community. As a pharmacist, when I was working in the community, I would have parents come to me who had a shopping load full of groceries and prescriptions for their children. They'd been to see the local GP and they said to me, "Can I just get one antibiotic mixture made up for my children?" And it was a different antibiotic mixture. And as my colleague and friend Dr. Mike Freelander, a paediatrician, would know, they needed both. Nobody should be forced to have to delay or avoid filling a prescription because of cost. I also saw when I was working in an after-hours pharmacy, Bloom's Pharmacy in Wyong, people would come in off the train after a long day at work, they'd have a bundle of prescriptions and they'd say to me, "Which one do I need to get today? Which one can I wait to get filled?" And in a country like Australia, people shouldn't be forced to make decisions about delaying or avoiding filling prescriptions for vital medicine because of cost. The last time medicines cost no more than $25 in Australia was in 2004. There's also important news for pensioners or concession card holders as well. The freeze that we put on the indexation of concession scripts remains for 5 years, till the end of the decade, till 2030. The aged pensioners and concession card holders will pay no more than $7.70 for a prescription, helping to ease the cost of living for people and families right across our communities. I might now hand over to my colleague, paediatrician and chair of the Commonwealth's Health Committee, Dr. Mike Freelander, to share some of his experiences and what this might mean for people in his community.
Yeah. Thanks, Emma. This is a really fantastic measure that will really help families, particularly in electorates like mine. If you've got a few children, for example, recently I saw a family who had 3 kids with asthma. They were finding it really difficult to pay the costs for all the children's medication. They were a working family, they didn't have a healthcare card, but if you've got 3 kids on regular medications for something like asthma, that's a really big cost out of the weekly household budget. And frequently I've been called by pharmacists saying, "We have a patient here picking up some medication for their kids. They can only afford one medication. Which one would you like them to take?" We scrounge around often looking for samples from pharmaceutical companies that we can give to patients who can't afford the full costs of all the medications for their children. So this is a really big measure that will save quite a significant amount for families, particularly if they have kids with chronic illness, and I applaud the Health Minister and the government for doing this. It'll make a big difference to families right around Australia. It'll make a big difference to older people who may be on several medications for cardiovascular disease or respiratory disease. It'll make a big difference to working families around the country, and the freeze on the payment for people on concession cards is really important as well. As we know, with inflation, really costs have gone up, and if we can save money for people on concession cards as well, it'll make a huge difference and enable them to get all their medications, because often, even with concession card holders, if they're on several medications, it really does add up. So this is a great move by the government. It's just another measure that this government is doing to make sure people can deal with the cost of living difficulties. And in health, Mark Butler, the Health Minister, has done a fantastic job in making sure families can get the health care they need at a cost that they can afford. So it's great. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Okay, good.